Okay, it says I'm live.
Yes.
So far, there's no echo.
No,
Echo.
but I think it's the sharing screen that. Yeah, I don't know, but we will see.
Okay.
But it's not shared now, but it's not a problem.
Okay, so again,
Yes.
let's do this over again. Yan, you start first. Who are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll go to Fergie.
Okay. I'm Jan. I'm the co-founder of Anthem, and we created with our startup Anthem ID. And we want to protect the users online with privacy tools and securing authentication and your privacy for different reasons, of course, but and protecting children online for identity. So it's very important that we took a good security features, and we came across DigiByte. And we saw some great things that DigiByte has done with DigiID. And that's something we said that's what we need. And then I came across the developers and with Rudy Bauman, who I met in Amsterdam with the Global Summit from DigiByte. I think it's almost 2 years ago. So it was very heavy stuff. it's really.
I saw you at the DigiByte Global Summit, and I have to say, you did a great presentation.
Yeah, but it could be better, like always. But we are trying to do our best. Like I said, we are just also a startup, and that's a good thing. It also has some consequences and limited resources. This, of course, if you're a startup. And we have to make decisions. So that's what we have to do sometimes. But
Okay.
We hope this new thing that we will today release. So we will see.
Okay.
I see Ferdy with his hands. He's like, new things.
Ferdy, so tell us a little bit about yourself and why I called you here, so we can talk to Yan.
Yeah. So I've been part of the community since, I really just got active last year, but I've been watching and lurking from the distance like 3 years ago when I first got in. My dad introduced me to DigiByte. And so I'm here on behalf of, anyone really, DigiByte community, anyone. Scripts got me on here because I've got some experience with user interface design and user experience design as well. But mostly, I think I'm good at summing up from a layman perspective if something's going to be a good experience or a hard, difficult experience for a layman. For my mum, for example, is this design or this platform or this tool, whether it be backed by DigiByte or not, or whatever. I think I can be good at describing and explaining how it's good or not, or even though I might not be qualified as such as a user interface designer or anything, I don't think you need to be able to point out, okay, cool, this is going to work. You're going to have trouble here with a certain audience because they're so lazy, they don't want to go through here and all that jazz. And I think Script9 and I think the DigiByte community as well, we definitely want the best for Jan and his babies, his products, AntumID. So that's why we're here all together, so we can just,
that's
better
nice.
everything.
Yeah, it has to be convenient, it has to be simple, it has to be easy to use, but there are a lot of things are changed, but I don't know which version or which things you have seen, but there is always, how do you say, could always be better, of course. And
of course.
Yeah, why not? So we are really open to everything. So
awesome.
We have ears and eyes, so we want to listen, of course.
Okay, guys, we're going to try this. We're going to try. I'm going to let Yan take over, and I'm going to be an observer. And hopefully the screen share won't really lag us, because that's what kind of happened, Yan thinks, because I had the screen share. So hopefully that doesn't happen. If it happens, Yan, and I say, hey, it's lagging really bad, we'll might as well just talk it out.
We just I just show it, and then we stop the screen sharing, and then we can talk about whatever.
Okay.
Okay. So first I'm gonna tell some things because it's very important. Many people don't know the differences. They always say there is DigiID, there is AntumID, there is DigiID, AntumID, there is AntumID Authenticator, there is a password manager, there is a DigiByte Password, there is 3 or 4 plugins, and that's true. But there is only one thing that will work. But the problem is, it's within the years, we developed a lot of things, and the old version were always staying. But now we are only just using DigiPassword. That's it. And that's a password manager. That's the first thing. But I will explain further in this episode. It's just DigiID is actually the core of the authentication process. And if you want to use this on websites or in other products, you need to develop a lot of things. You need to change things that it works in that specific language that you're writing the code into. So it's really, you need to do a lot of things. And the problem with that is, first, the developers need to know how it works. They have to dive in. They have to look how the things really work, and that's expensive for some companies. And that's a little bit the problem. Then what we did with AntumID itself, we created an API that was easily to use in other languages. We used SOAP or Rust, whatever you want to call it, to access the API. But that's not enough. And that's why we partnered up with Softech, and we created Open AntumID. Open AntumID is actually the same thing as DigiID or AntumID, but Open AntumID is based on OpenID Connect. That means that we embedded DigiID into a default standard protocol, OpenID Connect. Maybe you hear of it. It's those buttons that you see on a website, like whatever. It's called login with Facebook, login with Google, and that's one of the OpenID Connect standards that you are using. That means when a website wants to integrate login with Facebook, they just need a few settings to do, and it's ready. They don't have to put a special developer into it to integrate this and whatever. No, it's really easy to do. There are a lot of plugins that allows you to use OpenID Connect. For instance, in WordPress, Joomla, whatever. And it's also used in gateway portals, like companies people who are working from home, who want to connect to the office using kind of OpenID Connect standard also. And that's what we did with Open AntumID. We create an OpenID Connect server together with Softech, and AntumID is embedded in there. And under AntumID, there is DigiID. So really, this is what we need to gain massive adoption, because otherwise it's hard, difficult to sell. And it must be easy for the developers also. When you came up with OpenID Connect, you know that the standard will, you can look at it, the standard, you can search the internet for it, and you will see that it's been used in many products. So that opens a lot of doors. And one of those doors is with the Office 365 or the Azure environment from Microsoft. And that's what we talked with them, I think 2 weeks ago. So it will be, you can use this soon with the Office 365. Those companies that are using Office 365 will be able to use AntumID as a preferred login middle for your system. So
Now,
that's huge.
You
That's
mentioned
huge.
it's
That's
competitive
crazy.
to LastPass. I'm not familiar with LastPass, but I hear it all the time.
Yeah, my LastPass, that's my DigiPassword. That's
Okay.
You have two things. The authentication part is really one thing without passwords. That's it. And we create my DigiPassword as a tool to actually is a transparent. It's a, how do you call it? It's from the old way login with passwords and username that we want to protect, because within the coming years, username and password won't disappear. It will stay. And that's what we want to protect also. So we have the authentication part that want to sell to companies to remove the passwords. That's a goal. That's what we all want. We don't want to use passwords anymore. It is a bad thing that ever been released, but it's the world. But in meantime, we have my DigiPassword to protect your accounts online that you're using. You're using Facebook. They won't integrate Anthem. Okay, no problem. We use my DigiPassword to protect ourselves. That's the goal. So that's the perspective that we have. So the good thing is we have something I would call visionary, not visionary, but it's a cool thing. Don't have passwords anymore, or use my DigiPassword that generates passwords for you and keep all your credentials within one vault, but not a password. The password is never stored on our platform. That's one big difference with all the other password managers. They are storing in a vault on your PC and they are synchronizing to the cloud. But if that has been hacked, they have your passwords. That's it. But if they hack my DigiPassword, they can try to hack our servers. Okay, fine, do it. But you can't find the password. So it doesn't make sense. So yeah, that's a good thing. So that's very important to understand.
Okay.
And that's why we always need to regenerate your password. And that's what we do with the QR code, with the plugin that we are using in the browser. That generates a unique QR code. And it gives the instruction to the app, to the AntumID Authenticator app, to generate the password for instance, you want to log into Facebook, for Facebook. And it will regenerate your password and it sends directly to your browser. It doesn't send somewhere and it's a one way. So that's actually, but I'm gonna show you. But first, what do you want to see first? The password 2.0 or the open AntumID? What do you want?
Well, I would like to see. I would like to have Bertie chime in. What would you like to see first with the new stuff?
Well, with the new stuff. Well,
is it the new stuff, right?
Right, it's the same. We will start with the coolest thing. That's with open AntumID. So the website is now online. So I will post it in the chat. I think it's working. I know this is the private chat. The comments. No, I can't put it in the comment.
Well, you can put it.
Yeah. I will do it in the.
Try to share screen. So, guys, if we get some lag, it's because we share screen. Hopefully, pray it doesn't do that again.
Yeah. Share screen. Yeah. It's shared now.
Okay, here we go.
This is the website, the openantumid.com. Now it's loading. Yep. And it's in English and in Dutch. So it's created with the partners of Softag. So it's really nice. It explains what it does, how it's created, and where it came from. We have a lot of more, Ferdy. We have something special and unique on this. Because all the other OpenID Connect authentication methods, you have one account. It's one-on-one. But now the good thing is, and it's not yet, it's implemented, but it's not activated at the moment. And that's that you can, when you log in, when you scan the QR code, you can choose with which blockchain signature you want to use. That means we implemented BitID, that's Bitcoin, DigiID, that's DigiByte. Then we have Red ID, but it's not the Red ID that they have from Redcoin. We have also implemented Litecoin, Ravencoin, and now we will add Dogecoin also. That means when you with your same authentication app, you can have multiple accounts on one website. And that's something unique that you can't find with the other authentication methods based on QR codes. It's always one identity. So you can have multiple accounts on one website. That could be very important. For instance, you want to log into a website, but you have a company account and you have a personal account.
Yeah.
This could be but it has to be super easy, and it will be super easy to use.
Yeah.
It's all, but you will see.
Okay. Jan, can I have a quick question? So with the multiple verifications, you're saying you've got the red ID, with the red coin signature, you've got Bitcoin and DigiByte. Are there any I don't know, pros or cons with choosing one signature over the other, like choosing to go with DigiID instead of the Bitcoin route?
No, it's just another. It's just another signature, and by default, it's always the DigiByte. But that's it. But there is no. It's the user. It depends on the user what he wants. But in a further stage, but I will explain because it's a lot more than this. This is just the beginning. This is actually what this system does. It's only sharing a unique ID, not your identity. It's a unique ID. So it knows that the next time when you want to log in, it's the same person, of course. It's the same you is behind the smartphone. That's it. But there is a next step that we can link your identity, the real identity. But it will be separated. But I will explain further. First, so we have the website. So how it works, you have to. I don't go through all these things, of course, but now with the screen sharing, it goes very slow, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, but it's all explained here. So take a look at it. Spread the wildfire, we'll say. But I will show you an example. We did it with. We created a private NAS. It's Nextcloud. You know Nextcloud, Ferdy? No, it's just it's like OwnCloud. Maybe you know that. It's just OwnCloud, but Nextcloud is it's the new version of OwnCloud. It's just a community around it, but it just shows you this is one server we have at the office. It's a small server to test with, and that's where we just activated. We didn't program anything on this server. Let that be clear. We just added the OpenID Connect plugin. That's it. Nothing more. And we just add the settings that are generated by our server, and that's what we add. So in just one button, log in with the Open AntumID. And that's it. I will explain what you have to do. It's just when you sign in with your ordinary email and password, after that you can go to your settings and link your OpenID Connect. of choice, and that's what you link. You can link Facebook, you can link Open AntumID, and once that happens, your account has been linked to it, and the next time when you log in, you don't need to enter your passwords anymore. So I click
quick
on.
question, Yan.
Yeah.
So the new system that you're showing us, once we make an account with this website, with your website, that's when the magic starts happening. Once you make an account, everything's safe and secure. If I lose my phone, I can always go to the account and continue and take over from there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, this is just a server that we created. It's just a test server. This could be a website for, let us say, to buy some clothes or whatever. It could be any website that is using OpenID Connect. So think this is a web shop, for instance, and you want to log in. So you click on this button, and I take my smartphone. So, but it's very So what happens? You see, it's very clear now. It's not crap anymore. But we use this is the AntumID app, the AntumID authenticator. But you can also use the DigiByte wallet. You can also, it doesn't matter. But we prefer this. We prefer this because it's only an authenticator. It's just separated from all the other things. It's not the wallet. No, I'm not. We are 30 seconds too late. So you have 30 seconds to log in. So
okay, that makes sense. So is it loading like the blockchain there?
No. This is just 30 seconds. No, so I scan. Now I scan. Okay, and this is what it comes to my screen. DigiByte logo, and I authenticate, and you will see that I'm logged in.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so that was like the timing. That's like your authentication, like two-factor authentication, the time limit before you have to redo it. I got you.
Yeah. So why did we do that? Because to make it more secure, of course, because 30 seconds. And if you're using this on your smartphone yourself, some people would say, how can I scan the QR code? Because it's on my phone. No, just tap on it. If you tap on the QR code, it opens up the AntumID Authenticator app. You authenticate and you're plugged in. You're signed in. So it's easy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Jan, I got one of the DigiByte developers to implement DigiID onto the DigiByte community forum, and so I've had some experience with just scanning the barcode and getting logged in instantly. And I remember that experience being like pretty cool, pretty awesome. Like I'd love to do that with every platform that I'm into.
Yes.
And so what you're saying with the open AntumID protocol that you've created with SoftTech, that's on the way there, if not already there. Am I regurgitating that badly, or am I?
No. It's just when you implement this, it will directly work on your website. But it's not what you're saying is that it when you embed it, when you want to, the QR code is presented inside your website itself. That's not possible with OpenID Connect. It always have to go to our identity server, and there you verify, and then it comes back. That's the only way. That's the standard protocol. That's just the way how it works. So if we want to sell something that is inside somebody's website, it's hard to sell because they do a lot of things they need to do. Or you need an own plugin, but then you need as a company to write thousands of plugins, and it will take many years to convince people that this is the good way. So this will never work. Sorry to say, but it has to be with OpenID Connect. It's just it's the world. Well, world is based on the protocol, standard. So
I hear you. Well, so my next question would be, I want to be able to use your products on as many and as many platforms that I'm logged into. So it could be Twitter, it could be Facebook, could be YouTube, etc.
Yeah, but that's what then needs Twitter to implement open AntumID. That's what they need to do. And
Right.
and meanwhile, why this is not happening, and maybe will never happening, we have to be you don't know, but it can. But you need my DigiPassword to protect your own credentials, of course. But yeah, it depends on if the website owner or service owner implements this. It's just adding a new button. So that's all. But yeah, it depends on them.
Okay, and you've already mentioned that Office 360. You know, the Microsoft.
We are now just we have a meeting with them. We had a meeting with him. What we need to do and something. Do need a little more tweaks, but it will work. And it will be, but it's for Office 365 for companies that are using it for the employees. So that's a good thing, because username and passwords and companies and employees, you know what happens. It could be very dangerous. Could be a good solution for that.
Well, definitely, and like congratulations on even getting those meetings and being able to put in these tweaks and getting
to convince them to talk with us. That's not easy.
That's amazing.
But we did it, but we are also in the DIF work group, Decentralized Identity Foundation, and that's where we're going with Open AntumID. That's what I wanted to tell you. It's the next step, and it's also we are now working together with Microsoft. Really, it's together with them and with all the community from the DIF project. It's a lot of companies. It's when you go to this project, I will go to there. You will see we are together with Microsoft on the website. Look at this. The working groups. Then we have the real members like Microsoft, and there are a lot of companies that are working on this standard. It's a self-run identity based on OpenID Connect, and that's the same protocol that we want to use, so that we are perfectly in line with those protocols, and that's very important. But Microsoft came with also with an and this is here, Antum. It's here. So we are also the contributors of the DIF project. Yeah. So
that's
true.
Huge,
it's not a lie. It's true.
Yeah, that is huge. I have to stop you right there. I just want to say congratulations, Jan. AntumID, wow, and the DigiByte awareness team. I just wanted to say that is a huge accomplishment, and for all the I just keep getting people on Twitter saying all this negative stuff, and I just blocked them out, because there's just so much going on for DigiByte, and you and Rudy. I would hear back and forth between you guys, and I don't think a lot of people put the puzzle pieces together, and that's what I tried to do last year.
Yeah.
And so thank you, and congratulations. I just wanted you guys to know. Oh, now everybody's in the chat like, Microsoft what?
Yeah, but it's done. You're not done. There's coming more. There's coming more, much more. Yeah. Oh, it's just the beginning. Everybody's super excited, but okay. Now it's the DIF project. It's all about verifiable credentials. That's what they call it. But it's actually if that standard comes through, Microsoft is already creating a test environment for it, and we are now testing with them together. So we had an appointment with them about this also. But that means that you can use any type of authentication app that is available, that will be brought available for many companies, but you can all use these applications to log in them. That means if we hook up on that standard, you can use your AntumID authenticator on all the platforms that are using the diff project. So that means within the future, when Microsoft implements it for their own systems, you can use your AntumID authenticator. That's what's really, if we implement this, you can choose your own wallet. That's it. So that's a good thing. But then we have, then we have our own thing that will be implemented also, and that's what we are now building with Softag also. Softag, that's the partner we are working with, and it's all about decentralized identity. But it's
SSI.
But the SSI from the diff project is different than the SSI we are what we are trying to make, because that will be it will be created in such a way that we use the blockchain not to store your data. Of course, we don't store data in a blockchain. Never do this. Right. It's only hashes and checks that you can use. And that's what you can. How I try to explain, it's all about questions. That's how it will work. It will not use data as such. It will in the system. Can be used as, for instance, you want to log in and you want to prove you're 18 years old, and that's it. You never know who the person is, but you know that it's 18 years old. You want to know that the person is male or female. Male. You will get true or false. Always true or false.
Nice.
Is the person living in the United States in a certain state? Yes or no? Yes. So you never transport data. Never. It's only a questionnaire. Yes or no. So
I'm tired of logging in and having to give them what I ate for lunch.
But this, and what we will do is we store the actual data that you want to share. If you need to share real data, we will share this, and it will be saved on your wallet itself, on your smartphone, encrypted with your own DigiByte inside the app, of course. So, and sometimes you need to release some information, and it's not stored in the blockchain. It will never be stored in our system, but it will be sent from your phone to the system that it needed. So, but it's future. But those are the plans. But I can't tell more anymore because
I can't wait.
Of course. But in the meantime, okay, everybody's super excited, but I'm also super excited. So, but this is the first step. The first step is to use Open AntumID on different websites. It's just all websites that are using, and that's what I raise my hand to those crypto exchanges. Please Open AntumID because it will be easy now to do, and just add a plugin, third-party plugin that uses OpenID Connect, and give us a call, and you can try it and implement it. And they can try it, of course, because they can use it together with their authentication system that is now really being used. So it can stand beside the login and password that you are using, or they can say, okay, remove all and just use this only. So there is no problem to implement this.
So I see you're on the left-hand column. It has personal, then administrations. So the personal,
but this is just Nextcloud. This is not a system from ours. It's just an example of a website that is using Open AntumID. It's not
okay. So you use Open AntumID to log into Nextcloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
So could we look at Antum again?
Yeah.
And I would like Ferdy to look at what we got here. I want you to tell me all about it. Does it seem user friendly to you?
Oh well.
This,
Oh yeah, yeah. Very fresh,
this is
really
yeah.
clean.
This is really, yeah. This is the created by designers of Softac. So yeah,
Yep.
there were real professionals on this.
Yeah.
But the MyDG password, I think this is one thing that needs to be more user friendly. I think, but this is something else that I want to show you. But this is the good news we have today, that this website has been launched, and yeah, people can. Companies can buy this, so of course we need to have income also. So, but it will be, the pricing is not as bad as you think. That's the other part, that yeah, they always can add free Facebook login. Of course, that's how companies think. Oh, it's free, it's easy. But you are the product. You as an end user are the product, and that's why it's free. That's why Facebook is offering this authentication for free. You're the product, and that's it. And with Open AntumID, you are not the product, and that's one big difference. They don't get information from you. It's just the same person who is trying to log in. That's it, no more. And this is the price setting, and we give it free to small non-profit organizations.
Okay.
To create at this moment, of course, but yeah, this is actually for the community also. So when you have, let us say, you're a non-profit organization with a forum, for instance, feel free to connect with us, and we give you the settings and you can try it. So it's very important for schools, maybe for a small school or something. Yeah, when it's a big university, no, it's not for, because this is it's too many users, of course. But just for a small school or whatever, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
It's something that we want to give back to communities. So
Yeah.
So in the future, you're going to have a whole ecosystem of security that's really pushing the envelope.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, this
think-
page
yeah.
you're showing us right here, is this directly, well, is it directed for organizations and businesses to buy the product, or is it directed
This is not for the end users. This is really, okay, it explains for the users, but it's really for people who wants to implement. That's
Okay.
yeah. And as a user, you can okay, there are pages for the users also. On the homepage, it's for the both, so that you can see why it's needed. But take a look at it. But we have to start somewhere, of course. But it's
John,
really, yeah.
sorry, what you have right there with the QR code, that
Yeah,
looks a lot cleaner than
Yeah, of
previous
course.
versions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
quite
created
attractive.
by Softac. It's created by Softac. Yeah, they're really good at it. But now I want to show my DG password. So yes, yes. You see it on the screen? No, it's loading. Yeah. But I want to log out first. Yep. Okay, this is the new platform. So that's different than before. And this video was created by the DigiByte awareness team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's created, I think it's a year ago. So, but yeah, it's with the old version, but many thanks to them also. We are working together. It's nice. It's like one big family, like I told you. Yeah, you need a license for this. It's like, you have to see it like an antivirus product, when every year you need a license to use it. and we set a price on €10, equivalent of $10 or something. Will be a lot, something more, I think, $12 or one. Yeah, I don't know, but doesn't matter. It's cheap, actually. If you see what LastPass is asking for users, yeah, it's more. So I will show you. So the first time when you want to use it, you need to scan this QR code and use your AntumID authentication app, not the DigiByte app, because otherwise you need two apps when you're using the system. Because the problem with the DigiByte app is that it's the wallet. You can transport your wallet keys to your AntumID Authenticator app. The reason is that, and that's what McTrivia always said, that it needs to be upgraded and changed, that it uses, for instance, 24 words instead of 12 words. There's a seed phrase. And that's something, yeah, that needs to be changed maybe. That's why we always say that that we want to create an authenticator app that is separated from the DigiByte wallet app itself, because when you want to have mass adoption, you need an authentication app that is not linked to one to coins itself. Because if you want to have mass adoption with people that are not into blockchain and they see currencies and they see coins, they all think of bad things. And that's how people think. It's just, but we need to change that, of course. But the problem is that people just, and big businesses also, or companies, they'll say, oh, no coins, no, don't want to hear about it. And if you came with another solution that is separated, but it's the same technology, just use it for your authentication app, and then there's no problem with them. It just, that's how the world works.
That will change as time comes along, and 10 years down the track, it'll be the norm. But smart plan.
So I always take EMTD, for instance, to sign in, but I will show you other things also. So I want to sign in with this one. See these buttons here? That's what I'm talking about. Signing with Amazon, signing with Facebook, sign with Google, sign with Apple, and they need to implement sign in with Open AntumID. That's what they need to do here. But in the meantime, I want to log in with my username and password. Now, what you need to do is remove in your browser, change the settings in your browser that it does not store your passwords and your usernames anymore. You don't need to store them, because when you're using the Google Chrome or whatever, the problem is that they are syncing your data. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, it's not good. They can say, okay, it's good, it's protected. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, but it could. If somebody hacks, they have all your credentials, and that's not a good thing. So we always go for the bad part. We always think that this thing is not there. So we have this button. You click on it. I hope it works on the share screening. So you see this?
Yeah.
This is the plugin, and there needs to be maybe changes in the UI. So no problem with that. You just scan with the AntumID Authenticator, and then it said, okay, you want to show this. You want to log in for EMDB. Okay, I say okay. I verify with my thumbprint, and I don't do anything, and it will sign me in. So it gives you the same feeling that you're using DigiID on a website. Okay. You just scan and log in, and that's it. So that's a nice feeling. That's a nice feeling, because that's it's.
I have a question.
Two steps, easy.
I have a question. So the AntumID right there, or the DigiPassword is right there in your browser, and that's what you get when you you sign in with the account.
Yeah.
And then it's automatically there in your browser.
No, no. I will explain this also.
Or it's in the toolbar. Yeah. It's in the toolbar.
In the toolbar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little button in the toolbar. Yeah.
Now, when you click it,
mentioned it. Yeah.
When you click it, what does it say right there in the gray box there before?
This.
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah,
what does all that say? I'm going to make this bigger.
Yeah. This is actually. It's actually for multi-using, but in some cases, this is the data. This is what we call the data entry. This is used to create a password based on this text. This text could be whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It just the app needs a string that comes in, a value, and it creates a password for that value. That's what it is. Nothing more.
Okay. Another question is, when you click that, does it say use your AntumID app on your phone?
Yeah.
It does say that?
Yeah. When you click on it, it says send and receive with AntumID app. Yeah. But that's
I'm going blind. I'm going blind. I can't see.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
But I will show you with something else. This is the manager, where you can see all the websites that are using. But I will look one. This is this one. It's from the Belgian government. So I want to sign in with the Belgian government. It's also a username and a password, but it needs also a 2FA. And the problem is that you need to install another app that is like the Google Authenticator or the Duo app or whatever. So you need an extra app. But in this case, you won't need it anymore. So click on this. I want to log in for the Belgian government.
So the Belgian government uses this?
No. Belgian government doesn't use it. I'm using it as a user.
So you're using it.
Yeah.
But you're signing in.
Yeah, and I'm signing in. And what actually does with the Belgian government is you create an account with the username and a password, and then use. In Belgium, we have this. For instance, we all have this. It's an identity card. And
so you work for the Belgian government?
No, I don't work for the Belgian government. No. This is the Belgian government, and we have. It's a chip on it.
Okay.
And we have a card reader, and we put this in the card reader. And the first time when you create an account, you need to verify with your AID card. And then your account has been verified with your AID card. And one AID card has also a code. And when you verify with this PIN code, you are actually the user. You identify as a real person. And it's verified by the government. And after that happens, this account is being enabled, and you have to enable your 2FA, and then you can log in without a AID card anymore. So you need nothing more. So and I want to sign in. Just click on it. And I scan again. It logs you in. Yeah. And now I need the 2FA code, and just click here, and I have it here. So this is the 2FA code. Again, next. And it's easy. I'm in. So easy to use. Easy to use, and you don't need an extra app anymore. Just the Anthem Authenticator and my DigiPassword. That's it.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I use. You can use my DigiPassword also only for your 2FAs, for instance. If you want to say I don't want to use it for my password, but I recommend to use it, of course, for your passwords. But you can use it just for your 2FA also, so that you always have your 2FA generator with you on your PC. You don't need to use your extra app or something. So it's not necessary. You can use it on Binance. For instance, hey, I will show you. Our friends at Binance. So I scan. Yeah, it's very fast. Yeah, I need to slide the puzzle. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Log in. Right.
Yeah. And then, yeah, the pop-up came through, but it disappeared now. 2FA. Yeah, I'm here. So that's it.
Bingo.
Yeah. You don't need anything else anymore.
That's amazing. This is like, I have something in the chat. It says, let me pull it up here.
But you need to do something also, because, yeah, how is it possible that I'm logging into those websites and, yeah, you need to change your password first. And that's the password that my DigiPassword is generating, because otherwise it can never be set. So it's not working when you buy my DigiPassword and you say, okay, I want to log in to Facebook, I log out and I want to log in automatically now. No, you need to change your password first. Otherwise, yeah, it's the password that my DigiPassword is creating, not your own passwords. So that's...
I got, yeah, and I have something right here.
Yep.
Ron K says, this will be the industry standard. Goodbye typing usernames and passwords all day.
Yeah, stuff that.
It is.
But this my DigiPassword gives you the feeling that you're not using passwords anymore. And maybe that's the good thing about it. When people use this and it gets mass adoption to buy it and use it, people will think, oh, it's better to have no passwords anymore. Does AntumID have something without passwords? Of course we do. Use this, and then we make the shift. Maybe that's the point what I'm trying to make. You have to brainwash people. Let us say, it's a bad term, but it's like there is a rule. I think it's when you use something 120 days, I think, and you're using it constantly, you're addicted to it or something. Really, and now also there is no password stored in my browser anymore, and I'm always using my DigiPassword. Always. On every computer I use, my DigiPassword plugin is installed. And the good thing is also that you can use multiple users. That means when my son or my wife has also a my DigiPassword account, so they just log in with their AntumID first, and then they're signed in with their my DigiPassword license, and then they can use their own authentication. So it's not a problem.
This is huge. So I have another question. Ferdy, I know you want to chime in too. Real quick. So you said that you put like, is my DigiTrust a thing right now, or is it really just
my DigiTrust is in development now, and that's those special thing about the verifiable credentials that I was saying. That's my DigiTrust. Yeah, and that's something, but I can't explain now. We are working on it because I have also NDAs signed, so I can't tell a lot of things about that at the moment. So but it will be huge. Also, it will be huge. It will be something to prove your identity. Also in the same things that you're seeing with the open AntumID, but it will be like my DigiPassword, be a plugin also, so that you can prove your identity even if the website owner doesn't implement it, nothing, just like my DigiPassword. That's something when you want to meet something on a dating website, that the other person wants to know, the person that I'm chatting with, is that a real woman that is 25 years old? Yeah, but something happens. But this is where the child protection comes in view, because it's very important that you can know the other person is 12 years old also, and not a predator, like I said always.
Right, right.
That's
It's very, very
really
important.
important.
Yeah, but also for let us say for auction websites. I don't know in America or in Australia how it's called, but it's a second-hand stuff like.
Craigslist and Gumtree.
No, I don't know any names in other countries, but in our country it's second-hand or tweedehands.be, where you can stuff where you can sell your stuff like an old computer or whatever. But there is a lot of fraud happening. People who are sending money and then afterwards they don't get anything or something, and then the account has disappeared, so you don't know who it was or whatever. But then you can pre-check, is this person real? And if something happens and the account is deleted, you can make a report with it, and with the report you can go to the police and say, okay, this was the account, this is the information we got.
That's so powerful to have that tool, especially if it's going to be the industry standard soon. We're hoping for that, because that would be bloody awesome. Because I've been scammed on the secondhand websites. I've sent off I'm a photographer, so I sent off like a $3,000 lens off, and they faked the PayPal payment. Yeah. It was so I got scammed pretty good. It was pretty convincing. So, but anything to eliminate those frauds and scams, the better. Jan, so I've got a quick question. So, with this, being able to authenticate yourself is really powerful. It's a big thing, especially in today's age, because there's so many scammers and stuff like that. So I was thinking, you were listing a few ideas of you can use authenticating, your children's friends' age, to make sure that whoever they're talking to is a child, the same age. That's pretty big. Can you also use it to authenticate voting and vote systems? Is that something that would fit well?
Yeah, but that's also when you need the blockchain as such. You need a blockchain as such because to prove that you were voted, that you vote for something, it's with AntumID it's really possible. It's the same identity that is proving that you have voted, but then you need to store this this vote. That's something you need to store in a database and then link to a blockchain that you can prove this is only one time voted. It's not multiple votes from one person. You can do it also in one database, not using a blockchain, of course. But depends on the infrastructure that they want to use. But authentication can be used to vote. It's just that you can once use your AntumID to vote. Yeah, it's possible, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so theoretically, we could authenticate a vote using open AntumID. However, just the missing piece is that we've got to store that vote somewhere on some kind of server.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But that's also what I recommend is that you can store that and hash that, and that has to be in the blockchain to verify if it's true, but never store data in a blockchain as bulk data in a blockchain. Never do this, because this is really dangerous, because it's an open ledger, so everybody could see what is inside. So no, that's not a good thing to do. But everybody thinks it's all stored in the database in the blockchain. No. It's not stored in the blockchain itself. It's a reference to that can be checked.
That's understood. Also, with the My Digi Password, so you had the manager screen up. That looks pretty good, and you had the plugin. So with the plugin, see now if I were to as I see it, at the moment, I think you're on the same page as well. But it's a bit heavy. It's a bit there's a I mean that's inevitable with with products.
But we,
as well.
like I told you, we it just it's in the plugin. It's separated. You have the user interface. We have there are some scripts that are using the changes in the user interface, of course, but it can be implemented. So if there is a new draft that can be used or whatever, or new icons or whatever, we are freely to add this or change this. Really, I can give you the code or something. Be my guest. Be my guest.
Okay, so you just heard that from Yan. So Ferdy, he's going to give you a code.
I will give you something.
Together.
Yeah, and I will give you something, of course. Also, and I told it Script Skynet also that we will give free licenses for people who are using or working together with us. So
that's
how about that, guys?
So Jan, I'll probably when I've got the time in the next few weeks, I'd love to sketch up, even if it's rough or something, just I don't know, just some ideas. And if you want to use them,
to everything. So
okay,
we are open to everything, and we are a big family. So, and that's my approach also. So
I'd love to see.
And
this
you
go.
help your family. That's what you do in a family. You help yourselves together.
That's it. Yeah.
Yan, you also mentioned something for maybe a task for Ferdy. I don't know, but I think you mentioned it to me about some kind of tutorial or just what were you talking to me about?
We are working on it. We are working on it on tutorials, but but we are creating now a draft tutorial, let us say, and also. We need video tutorials. We made something in the past, but I'm not really a native speaking English guy. So it would be nice if somebody from the community wants to do this for us also. It would be nice.
I'm sure we would love to.
And that video we can use, and we give some licenses to them also. So that's what we can give back at the moment. So,
awesome. All right. So chat, did you hear that? If we let's just help out as much as we can.
I see that the comments box is exploding.
So Jan, I was just I was chatting with just recently John and Noah, and we were talking about Anthem ID and my DigiByte Password and all that, and pretty much just to sum it up, your products are on the verge of mainstream adoption, and you've already got traction with cozying up with
some people within the European Union, because one of those guys, Andrea Servida, he's really liking our products, and he has talked with us many times now. Awesome. And he wants this thing to be in place, but but the problem is we need to it has to be ready with the standards, and if it's not been and that's what the first step at the open Anthem ID, it's using a standard protocol, and that's very, very important. That's the problem with the DigiByte technology from DigiID. It's very good, but it needs to implement into a standard protocol. Otherwise, it will never sell. And that's what people of DigiByte community need to understand. That's why you need a private company to do this. Otherwise, it's not possible. This is how the world works.
I think your approach is on point, and I think what you're doing it's already working. I mean, hello, you got to you're with Microsoft, with the with the Office, like that's crazy. That's and not to mention as you said, the European
Union,
officials. That's really, really good. So I think I just want to emphasize, with the chat, if any of us have ideas or sketching or whatever, just pass it through to Jan or through the DigiByte awareness team, because because it's so close to being, adopted and going mainstream. It's so close. It's just a matter of, I don't know, in some words, just polishing it up, and so that it's all ready to use, and so that anyone can use it with no troubles.
Yeah,
Like,
you
we would
can use
love to-
on the web on the Tesla website, for instance. I did it yesterday to test. Yeah, it's just working on every website you want to use. And that's the old version has some problems with automatic fill-in and automatic login, but we fixed all these things.
Okay.
So yeah, see, you don't have to do anything anymore. It feels like DigiID is implemented on every website. So it's
That's awesome.
Yeah,
If it feels
that's the feeling what we want. Yeah, that's the feeling what we want to create with people that use ID password. It's not a password manager that is automatically fill in your password and your login box automatically, because that's not safe. When it's not stored, it's the best thing. Yeah.
And so, Jan, just one more question. So, everything sounds great, and I'm just curious on when you're logging in on devices. So, let's just say there are lots of platforms that I'm always logged into. So, for example, it would be Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, etc., and they all have their own apps. Is there anything that any of the products your babies do that make it easier for me to log into any of those platforms?
Yeah, but look. You use my DG password for this, of course, but you can use what happens when they use Open Anthem ID. I will show you with my smartphone. I have Nextcloud app on my smartphone. What happens there is I want to sign in. I take my server name, just put this here, moment. This is an example from app to app. That's what it means.
Okay.
It's app to app software. So it will work directly because I will show you. Come next.
Yeah, the only reason why
this is the app. This is not the browser. This is the app itself, and it shows you now. Log in with, and if I click on the Open Anthem ID button, the app will. It's running. I think my connection is it's running, and poof, Anthem ID is there. I tap on the QR code, and I'm also logged in that app. So that's when you use a standard, it's automatically in the apps. That's
okay.
Yeah. So maybe that's your answer to your question. If they implement, they can use it.
So if they implement it, they can use it. And what about for those platforms and applications on your mobile phones it's just the stock standard username and login? Is there anything that can be done there, or what?
What we have here is, and you can find it on our website, is this thing. No, I don't know if you can see this. Is this my DG password? It's here. It's an app on your desktop or your smartphone. Is this little button? It's a progressive web app. It's actually you will never find this in a store. You will never find this on the App Store or the Google Store. It's just a website a website service. It is a website app that can implement it and add it to your smartphone as an app. And you can see it on my screen here. Proof.
Yeah.
I will show you. It's here. AntumID, my DG password. And when I open this, it opens just like this. Look, I'm automatically signed in because it's stored in my phone itself, and it opens all my passwords. My credentials are here stored, not my passwords, And it's the same here. So when I want to use, for instance, my DigiByte wallet, DigiByte Core wallet, for instance, and I need my passwords. Okay, this is the thing. I click on DigiPasswords, and I scan it. Look. And the password will be generated. But I'm not showing the password, of course, now on my screen when I share this. But yeah, you can use this for whatever. But you can open this also when you don't have a browser. You can just Amazon, for instance. This is my here. The 2FA is generated. It's also here. So you have this also here without a login. So it can be used there also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jan,
yeah.
So by downloading this app, it's not from the App Store, but you download it to your phone, the web app. So if I wanted to log in, let's just say stock standard thing that everyone pretty much has.
Yeah, but what you want to know is that when you want to have the credentials on your smartphone, when your smartphone is clear, there is no username and password, and you don't know anything, and you can use the plugin, of course, there. So you just need your AntumID app, and this progressive web app needs to be installed. And if that happens, the list is the same as here on the screen. It's the same as we saw here. For instance, I take a website, Belgium government, for instance. This it shows here.
Yep.
So it's the same, and I DigiPassword. So, and I tap on it. It generates, and my password is generated. So I can copy paste it, and that's something we need to And then you can copy paste it. You can copy your username. You can copy your password. You can copy your 2FA code. You can do everything with it. So you have always your credentials with you, but it's never stored on your wallet. That's also good.
Yeah. Okay.
But I know what you want to know is that can it be implemented into the operating system like iOS or the Android that is easy to use. But if you want to use that, the problem is that you need to store something also. It's very difficult to do this.
Okay.
But maybe it's possible. But when we have more resources, we maybe could do it. But in the meantime, you can use this.
Okay. And last thing that's on my mind that which I'm just missing, and I just want you to help me fill in those knowledge gaps, is that so I want to use Facebook as a very broad, easy example, because a lot of us have Facebook. We're logging in and using their app on your mobile phone, and so they don't have Facebook's app. When you log in, it's not asking you, do you want to log in, with an Apple ID or anything like that. You've got your own credentials, your own username and password.
Yeah.
Is there any way of say, for example, if I jump onto my phone, for some reason I'm logged out and I need to log in on my Facebook application. Let's just say if I tap on the username, white bar so that I can start typing it in.
Yeah.
Is there any way, to automate that? To automate
the problem is that you need to modify this app from another app or something over another service in the environment, but that's not easy to do.
Okay.
That's because they're normally all the apps are working like in a sandbox. And the only way to connect with them is using URIs. And that is the only way, I think. You can do it in a browser. You can do a lot of more things. You can create plugins for Firefox or something on a device. But in Apple, there is restrictions also. But it's very difficult. It's very difficult.
So that answers my
That's very difficult. And that I think it will probably it probably will never happen, I think.
Oh yeah,
to do
I
this.
understand
It's very difficult, but we can try, of course. But I think with an Android, maybe there are some opportunities with it. But I think in iOS, I think you can forget it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
iOS is so
it's all about security also, because when other applications or apps can intervene in your other apps, you have a problem. So that's it's difficult.
So to sum up, so the target audience for your products are mostly web browser orientated. Those are on the desktop. Those are on the computer.
At this moment, yes, but you can use it with my DigiPassword web app on your smartphone, so you have your credentials with you. And mostly, when you are using it to fill in your credentials for applications on your smartphone, you do it once. So you only need it once. So I think it's not really for me itself. It's not a problem for me to open this app and generate my password and copy paste it for once time. It's how things work at the moment. So there's no other way to intervene in those apps. The only way is that they implement Open AntumID. It's and to use the standard with them.
Make it a standard, industry standard.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've learned so much. Like that's that's huge. You dropped some bombshells today.
And that's some things that need to be cleared out in the community, because they're all seeing all the things. They see password manager, they think that DigiID is DigiPassword, but it's not true. It's another system, but it uses the same technology in another way. DigiID, AntumID is actually the same. The only difference is that AntumID is created a shell around it that can be used broadly within standards, and that's what we need. If we don't do that, it will never be implemented like the community would like. So it's very important. So
awesome.
Sorry for my English; it's not always fine and correctly spelled. Maybe
it's okay.
No, you're awesome.
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
How are we going to? So you two are going to get together, okay? So you guys are privately going to get together after the show. I'll make sure of it. And so, Jan, how do you want to? Do I pick a random person in the chat to give them a free pass or ID for AntumID, or how do you want to do that?
I want to give a free license, of course, to some people that they want to use my DigiPassword, of course.
Okay, first of all, I want to see who wants to use AntumID in the chat. Put a number 1. Put a 1. Put a number 2 if you don't. That's if they're listening. Guys, he's giving away a pass to use it. So if you or a code. So in fact, you have to have that in order to use it. If you want to use it, you want one, put a 1 in the chat, or a 2 for no.
I think nobody.
We got a couple 1s. Everybody's really slow here. Well, it looks like we have 2 1s.
If you say I want to give DigiByte for free, they will say, "Oh yes, 1."
Yeah. So being able to use AntumID for free.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? I need a 1 in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got some.
I will give some free. Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
No, just give me.
You can only vote once. You can only vote once, guys.
Nah, but it's not in the. It's not
we
linked
have to
to.
authenticate their vote.
First, you need to authenticate. Otherwise, I don't give you. No.
Yeah.
No. I will give some free licenses. So, Script Skynet. Actually, Skynet in Belgium, it was a provider, internet provider, a few years ago. It's Skynet. Yeah.
That's where it came from. Okay, we got Okay, I'm gonna randomly. How many are we gonna give away? I'm gonna just do one. I'm gonna spin away here, and then whatever my mouse lands, that's the person.
But it's always the same.
Okay, so he will get one, but if I land on you again, you will not get another one. So I don't know. Noamtech? Is that how you spell it? Noamtech? So you're gonna have to send me. How are we gonna do this? They're gonna have to privately send me an email, right?
Yeah, and I'll send you the license. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put my email. So Noamtech, you're gonna have to email me, okay, for the free license of AntumID, okay?
And you will receive it within 24 hours. Let us say
in 24 hours. Now it's my name, guys, is not spelled with a Y for script, but it's my email. So, and I don't type very good, so that's why. Okay, this is my email, guys. So you're gonna have to email me if you win. So Noamic, Noamtech, he won one. So if I, yeah, yay, he's excited. Okay, again. If you guys want one, type one in the chat. I'm going to spin the little bar and then move my mouse when I'm not looking. Type one in the chat. You can only do it once. Each one of you do it again. Let's go. Maybe there's a little lag. I don't know. Type one in the chat. You only get to do it once if you want one. If you want a license, a free license.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you guys, this is groundbreaking technology. There you go. One time, put a one in the chat. We got what? 13 people viewing. You just go to the comments on YouTube. You type one in the chat. There you go. Well, it looks like it's out of these two. Oh, we got another one. What's that? No, you can't win one again. You can't do it again. You're not allowed to do it. Okay. All right. Well, as the ones start coming in, I'm going to give them like a few more seconds here.
And if people want to use my DigiPassword, they can buy a license, of course, and they can buy it with fiat currency or with DigiByte.
There you go, guys. You can buy with all.
So if DigiByte goes up,
that's pretty good.
Okay. Oh. So if DigiByte goes up, it's interesting to buy a license, of course.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like G Slick got one.
G Slick.
So, G Slick, you're going to have to send, or I put my email in there, so you're going to have to write me an email saying, "Hey, I won." You too, Noamtech. So, all right, guys, if you want, hey, you guys can't vote again. If you guys want one, put one in the chat. Let's go. Let's do it.
How many are you giving away?
You know what? You know what? I'm going to put one in the chat. Just you can only vote once, guys. All right. I'll give it a couple of seconds. For some reason, there must be a lag or something. All right. Okay, we got one. All right.
Blake.
We got Blake. Blake Bennett.
Yeah.
Awesome, Blake.
The brother of Tony Bennett. No.
I'm gonna. Okay. So.
Jan, I was going to ask. Before any of us head off, is there like anything you want to get across to the community? If there's like one important message, or something to take away from today's live stream, what would it be?
What I want to say is you need to protect your privacy, and your privacy starts with your protecting your credentials. And that's what we learned today, that there is technology available to enable this, that you can protect your online identity, actually. And the good thing also is that when you're using, for instance, my DigiPassword, you know that the password that is generated is unique in the world, unique to yourself, and that's very important. So yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I don't know. I just want to say thanks,
Yeah.
Chris, and thanks, Jan, for taking the time out and
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
showing
same.
us your products and your babies, because like that's awesome, and telling us the great news as well and the bombshells. That's huge.
Yeah,
And,
this is
like,
a good show today.
Yeah, and
No, it's
you know,
really.
on this like trajectory, you're going to be getting a lot more partnerships, and the network effect, as Noah says. You've got the
But the
you've got,
problem
like,
is the problem is when we post something on Twitter or whatever, or LinkedIn or what. The problem is that people don't know what actually the products are and what DigiByte technology comes into view, what it's used, and now I hopefully made some things clear and the roadmap, and that people know what we are really trying to do. That is not just a product that we are trying to sell and then we hook up and we say goodbye. No, it's really an approach to secure ourselves and to make the world better. And that's what DigiByte also wants to do. Just creating a better and secure world for everybody. And that's why my DigiPassword is very important, that you can use it now directly, not wait to that the big companies or whatever, or implement the right tools like Open AntumID.
Which is
you
big.
can do it. You can do it now. Don't wait, because 90% of all the websites will still use username and passwords within 5 years. I know that. It will never change so fast. It's almost 40 years that they use username and passwords. 40 years.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
Gosh.
Actually, it's actually disgusting. But yeah.
I have more news drops, and this just in. Let me share my screen.
Yep.
Can you guys see that?
Kraken.
Yes, we are on Kraken. This is
wow.
news.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Now they need to implement Open AntumID. Yeah.
Exactly. Kraken, the big crypto currency bank.
Oh.
Damn.
Is that not German? Kraken?
I
don't know.
Kraken was an exchange for cryptocurrencies, and they became a bank.
I didn't know.
In America.
Damn, that's impressive.
Yeah, guys. So let's see here.
Does that mean there's a possibility to license debit cards and use DigiByte on it and stuff like that, and whatever?
That's exactly.
I'm sure that already exists. That already exists. There are companies that it's like a Visa card that you can put your coins into it, whatever coins.
Yeah.
And DigiByte is also there, but I don't know the name anymore. But it exists.
Oh, what is it, Script? It starts with Z and it's in Saudi Arabia.
I don't know it actually.
What happened?
The big partnership in it starts with Z. Zelapay.
Zelapay, yeah, Zelapay.
Yeah.
That's what is it called?
Emirates.
The Arabs, but it's called it's really I had on the edge of my tongue the Arats.
Yeah, that was pretty big too.
Royalty family, using DigiByte for payment transactions. Yeah, that's big news. I was trying to type in for those who that won the free license to email me.
Yeah, I was something forget to tell.
Here we go.
Yeah. In the new My DigiPassword plugin, now you've seen that I'm scanning the QR code, but when you click on it, it sends a request to your. I will show you here. It will show you a request in the web app on your smartphone. So that means, and that's a good thing, it means, for example, you have a wife or kids, and they need to log in to an account that is yours. Could be, or for yourself, You're not there. They click on the QR code, and you're in the car. You say accept. Poof, you accept, generates a password, and it sends it directly. And they are logged in, and they never know your password or whatever. So it can be used there also.
Wow.
So you can use instead of scanning, you can click and you just lay your smartphone beside you and you accept. Makes it very convenient, very easy.
Yeah, like a remote login. That's pretty cool.
It's the same.
Damn.
Yeah. Instead of scanning, you can just accept requests. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, guys. So we had a bunch of fun. I hope everybody that watches this video gets a lot out of it. So AntumID is broken away from DigiByte. Same technology, just pushed a little bit further for everyday use, and is going to be big over there, especially in Europe. I mean, let's just be real.
Yeah, but it's really but it's not only Europe. It's just my DG password can be used everywhere, so that's not a problem. But
everywhere, guys.
Yeah, if you're in China or whatever, you can use it.
Yeah, that's great news, guys. And so you two have a great day and night. I'm going to try to go to bed. In fact, this is really a live video that's truly global. So, I mean, let's see. Ferdy's down under. I'm in the States, and Jan is in Europe.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Oh, see, it's daytime. See, you guys?
Yeah, I'm watching the cricket. Some kids playing cricket or whatever.
It's nighttime over here. Nighttime. And it's what? A brand new day over there, Jan?
No, here it's 7 o'clock in the morning. So
that's a brand new day.
Damn. Yeah. Thanks, Jan. Jeez.
No problem. Yeah, it's not a problem. I'm always late at night or early in the morning. So
nice.
Like the Twitter birds, early in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like the community. It's like the community on Twitter. They're just 24 hours a day. They're always there. They're not
everywhere.
They're not going to sleep. But I love you guys. I love you all of you.
You guys too.
Really.
Thanks, man. Well done. Congratulations. And just keep it up. And thanks so much, Scripts, for organizing this all. This was really, really fun.
Yeah, it was part of the plan. It just kind of unfolded when hey guys, everybody's watching.
Yeah. Can you see how many viewers? How many viewers do we have at the moment?
Well, so we had a steady of 15 to 20, and usually down the road I have like about 200 to 300 people watching. But a lot of people, I used to have like 1,000 people watching, but
But they can see it again, of course.
Of course, spread the news, guys, of this video, because a lot of people don't understand this right here, what we're doing, AntumID. They have no clue. They look at it and say, but it's really groundbreaking technology. It's what's changing the world. It's what's happening in the background. This is the stuff I've been preaching to you for a long time.
You see AntumID, the D, it's the D from DigiByte.
That's right. That's right. All right, guys. What I want you guys to do, everybody in the chat, by the way, thank you for being here. What I want you guys to do, I'm going to play the outro and just wave goodbye to the audience. We love you.
See you, Jack.